Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Ooh, yeah. Hard to believe next week's Thanksgiving, isn't it?
Oh, Lord.
I went and got my turkey today.
Yeah. I'm
Get it
skipping.
defrosted and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Got it for 69 cents a pound.
Wow.
And I'll probably go up and buy another one and can it afterwards, maybe. And can all the broth.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many have already got their turkeys in chat? And how much did you pay for it? Oh, see.
So there's Harvest and Grace and Dana and
Yeah.
Vester and Miss B. Well, who did I miss?
66. Well, it's 100% rain now, but it's not rain. It's frozen rain.
Oh, yeah? You got rain?
You got turkey?
There's what?
Hey, Watt. How's it going? Hey, Vester. And I knew I forgot something. We'll take him a couple minutes to load up.
Grace, Zuki's going to have a blast with that ball in that new place of yours.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, come on, Ma, come on, throw it. Throw it already, throw it.
Oh, wow. It's raining in Arizona?
Hope so.
That's a rare thing. Well, depending where you're at. The northeast, it rains
Speaking
and snows all the time.
Speaking of rare things, the Cowboys won last night.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Well, they played the 2-6
okay.
Raiders, so
Yeah.
one sucky team playing another sucky team.
I got 2 turkeys already. I think I got mine on sell at like 20 something cents. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get my turkey yet. I'm going up Monday or Tuesday. A friend of mine going to go up and dispatch one in the woods.
Oh, that'll work.
Yep.
Hopefully it's far enough away from humans. Because this has been years ago, but the turkeys would go into the apartment complex and eat the garbage and stuff.
Yeah.
Horrible tasting turkeys.
Well, sure.
Yeah. And I said I'd never eat a wild turkey unless I knew it was away from humans, because that just ruined the flavor. It was grizzly and fatty.
Yeah.
Which some fat is good, because I like the dark meat on a bird. But
that's the best part of the turkey is the dark meat.
Yeah.
For me. Now, when my sister had her little farm, if you want to call it that, with 8 acres over there on the East Coast, they used to feed the turkeys. And the toms, you could hit them with a rock. They were that close, just sitting there eating. So.
Well, it depends what you feed them too,
Well, but I could never convince her to let me take a 22 short and just save her a lot of money.
To pop one in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little blink. But got to feed the economy. So
that's how I used to get turkeys, even though you're not allowed to here. But on my own property, my stepdad's at the time property, and he already knew I was a good shot, so I just stood up there with the 22, and he was doing his thing in one ear out, or not ear, but in one eye out the other.
instant.
Yeah.
Lights out. And I mean, it's not like there wasn't a lot of birds. There's like 25, 30 birds all in, one bunch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And basically all you have to do is make a certain noise and they go. They pop their heads up and look right at you.
Yeah.
But anyways, I found some more interesting conspiracy theories that were actually true. But I've got another one here that's and these are what they call alternative historical theories. So they're not technically conspiracy theories. They just can't prove it one way or the other, so they say, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Some theories claim that the dates of historical events have been deliberately distorted. These include the phantom time hypothesis of German conspiracy theorists. And in 1991, I forget who it was, published a book or a story or something that alleged that 297 years had been added to the calendar by Pope Sylvester II in order to position himself at the millennium, which he was Pope from 999 to 1003. So evidently he wanted to end up at a certain, right at the 1000 mark, I guess. And that, of course they can't prove it, this is just documentation that they found on it. The thing is that also a Russian theorist also has proof, or not proof, but documentation that there was multiple times that this has happened. And a lot of times it was popes that did this. To fix the timeline and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Imagine that.
And I thought it was very interesting. It's a pretty good long size article on and stuff about it. Talking about different, when certain times were added and things like that. Oh no, I have it right here. Okay. And then after we get done with the one, I also have historical facts you'll wish weren't really true. Just to tie things in together, I guess. So our first one, I guess it's not our first one. And this one's kind of creepy, I don't even know how to talk about this one. The Dead Baby Project. Laughing at some conspiracy theories are good fun until they turn out to be true. Take the conspiracy surrounding Project Sunshine. For example, in the wake of Hiroshima in there you go, Nagasaki, the U.S. government commenced a major study measuring the effects of the fallout on human bodies. The conspiracy part was the government was stealing dead bodies to do radioactive testing. The truth the government was stealing body parts because they needed young tissue. They recruited a worldwide network of agents to find recently deceased little ones and take samples of their limbs. And evidently they collected this without notifying or getting permission of more than 1,500 grieving families. That's some creepy stuff there.
Yeah.
Oh, Grace, you heard of that? Ugh. Yeah, that's another story though. And let's see. Oh, here we go. Bad booze. Hey, Sharon. Good to see you.
Sharon.
The next one is bad booze. The conspiracy part of this is during Prohibition, the government poisoned alcohol to keep people from drinking. The truth, crazy conspiracy theories almost always suggest the government is behind it and all. And they're right again here. Manufacturers of industrial alcohol had been mixing their product with dangerous chemicals for years prior to prohibition. But between 1926 and 1933, the federal government pushed manufacturers to use stronger poisons to discourage bootleggers from turning the alcohol into moonshine. That didn't stop the bootleggers of their customers, and by the end of probation, more than 10,000 Americans had been killed by tainted booze. Limiting alcohol is a health advice. Limiting alcohol is a health advice doctors can agree on, but these conspiracies turned out to be true. Yeah. That's more than 10,000 people died during that time from being poisoned by the alcohol. Oof. Hey, Jan.
What are they saying about Garth and
Garth Brooks?
yeah, what happened?
He went woke or whatever you want to call him. He was back in a fruity bar or nightclub or whatever it was or something like that.
You're kidding. He was in a Skittles
In
bar?
Tennessee or somewhere. I can't remember where it was. It's been a while, but yeah.
Really?
Allegedly. Hey, what? How's it going?
Evening, everybody. How y'all doing?
Oh, not too bad. Did any of you guys hear about the bad booze stuff?
What was it called again? I'm sorry.
Basically,
Jack Daniels.
the government poisoned.
Oh, yeah. I've heard some stories of that.
Yeah.
And it could be, of course, it could be, but, and it could also, during that time, maybe not having maybe a good water source or other things like that, a combined effort on both ends, maybe,
Yeah. Well, this was the actual government forcing the manufacturers to do this.
Oh, yeah, let's up the dose on them, boys.
Yeah. And everybody says thought it was a conspiracy, but it's actually been proven that they did this.
So, B, what people are going missing that were at his concerts? That's like creepy.
I don't think they went missing. I just don't think they ever showed up.
I got to call Carmine.
He just never went, you know.
Carmine Gunganunza. We'll take care of it. Wow.
Okay, this one, I think they actually are making a movie about this, but the first great, oh boy, I can't talk today. The first lady who ran the country, conspiracy, a stroke rendered President Woodrow Wilson incapable of governing, and his wife secretly stepped in. The truth. Wilson did suffer a debilitating stroke toward the end of his presidency, but the government felt it was in the country's best interest to keep things quiet. The
Sounds familiar,
public didn't learn about the stroke for months, during which time his wife, Edith Wilson, was making most of executive decisions, despite Mrs. Wilson claiming that she acted only as a steward. Historians who have analyzed the Wilson term in office confirm that for well over a year, Mrs. Wilson was effectively the president. And
Yeah.
I've heard this, and I've heard, the majority of his thing, she ran things anyway, but
Yeah, I've read some stuff on that as well.
And I think they're going to come out with a movie too here.
They got a movie coming out about a young George Washington. I don't know if y'all have heard about that.
I heard about it, but I haven't seen anything.
I don't know if it's just young George, but it starts off in his younger years, and I don't know how far they go into his life, but I've seen a preview of that.
Is that going to
before
be a miniseries, Watt, or is
presidency
it
or
going to be
something.
in the theater?
Sir?
I said, is that going to be a miniseries, or is that going to be in the theater?
No, it's a movie. It's they've got trailers out for it already. I forget what it's called, but it's about George Washington and his life, allegedly.
And the next one is the government mind control. But we could, talk about a new conspiracy of the last president, because I don't think he was there. Everybody jokes about the auto pin and stuff, but it's one thing not to be able to do your name, but to make decisions and stuff. The real question is who was running things, if that was the case. I don't think it would be his wife, Biden's wife.
You mean the doctor?
I
don't think so.
Then again, you never know.
No, those freaking power hungry monkeys, they wouldn't let her run anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I say it was Valerie Jarrett, the village idiot from Kenya, and some of the big families that got all the money. DNC, Donna Brazil. Not to change the subject, the e-files that they're voting to release, Mr. E.
Yeah.
Monkey did a thing on that today. And if you're all interested on why, you're never, ever going to find out about it, no matter what they vote on or whatever, because it encompasses everything, every government on this planet, every high official.
Oh, yeah.
Sources, methods, everything. It's dozens and dozens and dozens of different things that they can't they can't expose it. So it's
Yeah, and that's what they think, that, oh, we'll just bring out the stuff that can hurt Trump. But if they bring that out, they have to bring everything else out.
right.
I'm not saying there is anything or there isn't. I don't know. I'm not part of that group of people.
But I mean, you're talking about people that own tech companies.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, big tech company, billionaires.
The big elites.
3-letter agencies, 3-letter agencies that work for other governments like MI6 and KGB. And I mean, it would take down the whole shebang.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not going to get it. He was very concise and clear about why we won't get it. No.
Okay.
The world wouldn't be the same. It's a shame too, what he did.
Government mind control. Conspiracy. The CIA was testing LSD and other certain drugs on Americans in top secret experiments on behavior modifications. That's the conspiracy. The truth, the program was known as MK, and it was real. The CIA started by using volunteers. The novelist, I'm not going to mention names, was one of the notable subjects, but the program heads soon become dosing people without their knowledge. The group left many victims permanently medically disabled, and we'll just leave it at that. I won't go into much more of that, but I think everybody here knows that story and whatnot.
Yes.
You look it up, but the guy who allegedly found that compound that you just talked about, I think he was maybe Swedish or something like that. And in the early stages, he wanted to test it himself, allegedly. And he took some, and if you read his reports of like what he felt and what he saw during that, man, it was wild.
Yeah, that's probably the same guy that came out with the report.
Oh yeah, it was some wild stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Our next one was the Dalai Lama impressive salary. The conspiracy is the Dalai Lama is a CIA agent. Okay. Perhaps the reason the Dalai Lama is smiling all the time in those photos is something to do with the 6-figure salary he pulled out from the U.S. government during the 1960s. According to declassified intelligence documents, he earned $180,000 in connection with the CIA's funding the something resistance. I'll just leave it that, to a tone of $1.7 million per year.
1.7 million a year?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's how, no wonder he's always smiling, or was smiling back in them pictures. In his statues, he can big old smile on his face. Oh, the next one's a good one. And I didn't hear about this one, but
it's crazy.
John Lennon,
yeah,
the Beatles singer, was under government surveillance. The conspiracy: the FBI was spying on former Beatle John Lennon. That was the conspiracy. But the truth, crazy conspiracy theorist regarding celebrities always is interesting, and this is one of the most certainly true. Like many counterculture heroes, John Lennon was considered a threat to anti-war song with his anti-war songs like "Give Peace a Chance." Didn't exactly endure former Beatles John Lennon to the Nixon administration. An NPR reported in 2010, in 1971, the FBI put Lennon under surveillance, and the Immigration and Neutralization Service tried to deport him a year later. John Lennon is one of 13 notable celebrities you didn't realize were watched by the FBI, which is another.
Is he still alive?
Lennon? No.
No. Shot on the steps.
That was the one that got deleted in the 80s?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Outside his apartment.
Oh, it makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Which one is still alive? That's Paul McCartney?
Paul McCartney.
And the drummer's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah, Ringo's.
I think so. Yes, two of them left, I believe.
This one's a good one. The government is spying on you. The conspiracy. With the advantages of technology, the government is using its vast resources to track citizens. That's just, that's the conspiracy. The truth. In 2016, which who was president, government agencies sent 49,868 requests for users' data to Facebook, 27,850 to Google, and 9,076 to Apple, according to Electronic Frontier Foundation, which is a good, a major nonprofit organization that defends civil liberties in the data world and advises the public on what matters of internet privacy. You've probably also heard that your computer camera could be used to spy on you. Yeah. Which, yes, of course, that's the truth. That's one of those. And you almost have to know it's been done way before that. It's just easier for them to do it now.
Yeah. If I can see you, the people that made it obviously can see you.
Yeah. And here you go. For those who are smokers out there, Big Tobacco knew that cigarettes caused cancer. Conspiracy. For decades, tobacco companies buried evidence that smoking is deadly. That's the conspiracy. The truth. At the beginning of the 1950s, research showing an indisputable statistic link between smoking and lung cancer. But it wasn't until the late 1990s that Philip Morris, the nation's largest cigarette maker at the time, even admitted that smoking could cause cancer.
That's when they started putting the Surgeon General warning on the packets.
Yeah. Yeah. You remember when they first started putting it on the, it was, the cancer and everything, but it was carbon monoxide and something else that was,
right.
It was like, what the heck's in this?
It's like they passed that bill that had the legislature in it. That's why that's why forever you didn't see like any commercials for any cigarettes. You know, it
Mhm.
was like in like magazines or stuff like that. After a certain point, you know, you'd see maybe the
Yeah,
back of a magazine or something would have a cigarette ad or something on it.
yeah,
They also treated, after that $1 billion payoff with all of the manufacturers of cigarettes, they proved that they were actually adding chemical to the tobacco that had the, you know, it
Additives.
gave you cravings worse than
yeah.
like some
Addictions.
street drugs.
Yeah. Well,
So,
same thing with high fructose corn syrup. It's more addictive to the, well, I can't say the drug, but
Yeah,
a bad drug out there.
right.
And
it's
that's
like
hard to
nicotine.
believe. That's in our food, about
See,
everything we eat. It's crazy.
Folks,
Oh.
let's welcome the new
It's like
Oh, hey,
nicotine
Greg.
itself is a naturally occurring, you know, chemical. It's even in some vegetables and stuff that we eat. You know.
Yeah. 50 months, dang. Greg's been a member since before I lost lost monetization and got it back again. You know, I was talking to the lady. I'm not going to mention any names, but works at YouTube, and she told me it's like 99% of the people who lose their monetization never get it back.
Dang.
And I was like, I must have been real lucky then. Of course, I deleted half of my channel anyway, but well, you can tell because in my analytics it says I've got like 7 million views, and then you go to my about page and it's like 150 million views or something like that.
Yeah, they told me I'd be eligible for monetization in 2035, so it won't be too much longer. It's not a conspiracy.
Our next one is Fake Battle, Real War. The conspiracy, the Gulf of Tonkin, I'm probably saying that wrong, incited on August 2nd, 1964, was faked and provoked American support for the Vietnam War. The truth. By the time the news reached American ears, the facts surrounding the North Vietnamese attack on American naval ship Maddox were already fuzzy. Declassified intelligence documents have since revealed that the Maddox had provided support for South Vietnamese attacks on nearby islands, and that the North Vietnamese were responding in kind. The event opened the floodgates for direct American military involvement in Vietnam.
America great again.
I think that's for my other channel. Thanks for subscribing over there, though.
Thanks.
It gets mixed up in here somewhere. I don't understand why. But did anybody know about that?
I've heard of it, but I haven't studied it in depth.
Alleged
I've
attack
seen a whole movie about it.
You mean the attack on the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's kind of hearsay.
Yeah.
It's a controversial theory.
Yeah.
Say it's all wet.
Oh, it is. Very.
Okay. This one's in there.
Uh-oh.
there is alien evidence in the American Southwest. Conspiracy. E.T. is buried in the desert of New Mexico. The truth. The real one, the Atari video game E.T., the extraterrestrial, failed so miserably that the company buried unsold cartridges in the desert
Yeah.
landfill.
Now they're worth a ton.
Yes, they are. I seen a documentary where they actually in New York, I think it was, one of the landfills out there or something, or one of the old landfills. They dug it up and they found cases of them.
Yeah.
It was
It's
very
crazy.
interesting.
What city in the movie E.T., what city did he land in? What city was that? I forget. Or what state?
I'm thinking it was.
Wasn't it
I think it
California?
was Arizona. It's been so long since I've seen it,
Yeah, same here.
but I don't think it was. It may have been like Flagstaff or something, because it's somewhere where it's wooded and stuff. And now that I'm sitting there thinking about that, I wonder if it was tied to, the Fire in the Sky, the real part, not the movie, which the movie was based on that in Arizona too. And it could have been New Mexico, because that's where I don't know. I guess we could type it in.
I read somewhere that 1 in 3 panelists have been abducted by aliens at some point in their life.
Simply Jan, what do I think of the Liberty? I think it was done purposely. It was during that 6 or 7 day war. Israel knew that it was our ship, and they even napalmed it, and they got away with it. And there's a lot of different factions in that country over there that are no good. So that's not conspiracy. That happened. 39 sailors died. U.S. sailors died there. So, and I think all we got was an apology.
Evidently, they don't really say, because it was filmed in multiple cities, but
I got you.
Elliot's house was 7121 Lonzo Street in Tijuana, and I'm probably butchering that, Los Angeles.
Okay, Los Angeles.
Neighborhood and the bike chase was filmed in Northridge and Porter Ranch, both located at San Bernardino.
Bernardino?
Yeah. The Forest was filmed in Crescent City, California. So it was multiple areas, but the movie it's in California, evidently.
Yeah.
I didn't see this one. Oh, Canada. Is there anybody in Canada in chat here?
Uh-oh.
Hopefully I don't get in trouble for this. Canada tried to develop gaydar.
Say again? Tried to develop what?
Gaydar.
Gaydar?
Don't keep saying it.
So the country of origin is Canada.
Right.
Did you use it in a sentence?
The Canada government was so paranoid about the H people that it developed a gaydar machine.
Radar. Wow.
Gaydar.
Man. Yeah, I'll probably leave that one alone.
the truth. It really happened.
Dang.
In 1960s, the government hired a university professor to develop a way to detect,
How
those,
would you even
those
detect
people.
that?
I don't know. The federal employees, he came up with a machine that measured pupil dilation in response to a
Outside stimulus.
pictures of
Okay, outside stimulus.
yeah. The Canadian government used it in excluded or fire more than 400 men from
Wow.
civil service, the military, and the Mounties.
Oh
I'm gonna have to
wow.
look into that. That's interesting. I never heard of that one.
American government is just as guilty with. We won't mention that either.
Hmm.
Why spend all of that money if it's got an apple, it's got a banana? Be done with it. It's over.
How much did they spend?
I don't know how much they spend on it, but yeah,
Millions, I'd say, probably on them type of projects. Even then,
so evidently, they played a movie or showed images, and if their pupils were like, "Woo," you're fired.
yep, you're out of here, Joe.
Or Jolene.
Well, it didn't say women; it just said men. 400 men.
Dang.
Eesh.
Yeah, but the word gay, gay, that covers both genders.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that's all it said. It didn't say men and women; just was 400 men.
Yeah.
Maybe they weren't worried about the women, just the men.
Grace.
That was what they said in the 60s?
Yep,
Man, that's something else.
really happened in 1960.
What the heck was America spending money on that?
Yeah, well,
Shrimp on a treadmill.
Yeah. Yep. What was it? Operation Creel. I think that's what they called it.
My gaydar is only calibrated for men. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Allegedly so.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
That did mean happy. And did you
It
know
used to be.
cigarettes were called fags back in the day?
Well,
True story. True story.
Yeah, they still call them
Yeah.
that over in UK area.
Yeah, in the UK they do.
Yeah, first time I heard somebody, friend online was, we were in at the time it was Ventrilo, which is a voice chat thing, and he said, "I'll be back. I'm gonna go." And I'm like, "What?"
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Sandy. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Bobby.
Evening, everybody. I'm about to say happy Monday.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah, I was going to go live, and I went to set up my my StreamYard, and I looked up there and it says you have 8 minutes. And I'm like, I can't do a stream for 8 minutes. Oh, by the time I say hi to everybody, we'd have to shut down. Bye, everybody.
What happens if you start it? Does it just shut off at 8 minutes, or does it keep going and you just can't upload it? How does that?
I don't know.
I got you. Yeah.
I was kind of wondering that myself. I thought, well, what if I just go and then go over? Are they going to, bill me or something? But hopefully, come next Friday, they'll have something. Hopefully. If not, then I'll probably go to eMux or EV Mux. I don't know why I keep
Oh,
calling
if you don't, if you get StreamYard, is there a version that you don't have to pay for, or all their versions you have to pay for?
Well, that's what I'm on right now, and you get 20 hours a month.
On the free one?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
20 hours.
yeah, like if sometimes we go 4 hours.
Yeah, for a live, I don't give you
Yeah.
but 5 hours a week.
Yeah.
A couple lives will eat those 5 hours up for you.
Oh yeah. And if I go 2 to 3 times a week, that it's fine if I only go for an hour, but that's hardly ever the thing.
I think I'm gonna start going live at 5 o'clock in the morning.
There you go. Mornings are usually pretty good. When I did the news thing where I actually started playing videos and stuff, I was actually doing pretty good, but then I got in trouble. Oh, you're using somebody else's content, this and that. Which I know why, but still. Anytime I do something, it gets reported, and they have to look at everybody that gets reported. It's just that thing.
I know it's probably been a thing, but speaking of just content or YouTube in general, I just noticed they reformatted, like when you go on somebody's page and stuff, that the different they move stuff around, and like if you hit the like button now, like whatever that channel is associated with, when I click the like, it shows a symbol. Like if it's a music channel, it's a music note. If it's sports, it's like a soccer ball or something.
Yeah, my cooking channel, I get 2 spoons or a spoon and a fork.
Yeah, representing food. Yeah.
Yeah. And this channel, it's just a regular thumbs up.
It gave me the Spock sign, live long and prosper.
Okay, I also thought I would go over, because Reader Digest is pretty interesting stuff on it. I go through this quite a bit because I just like to learn new stuff. But these are historical facts you'll wish weren't really true. So it kind of goes along with the conspiracy thing, but it's actually real stuff. Not saying conspiracies are not real, but King Tut's parents were most likely siblings, which back then a lot of that was going on. Once you finish shuddering with disgust, here's what researchers know about the boy king and his family. His father was almost definitely Achaemenid, who preceded Tut as pharaoh in 14th century BC. The identification of his mother is pretty much unknown, but recent DNA samples from his and other mummies have revealed that she probably was his father's sister. Yeah. King Tut was rather frail and suffering from a bone disorder, perhaps due to his parents' relationship. He died when he was 19. And he goes down as Egypt's most famous and wealthiest pharaoh.
The boy king, they called him.
Yeah.
Just imagine, not even knowing what the world's about, and you're just thrown in to be the ruler of a nation as a teenager.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of that.
History,
that movie Empire of the Sun. That kid was what, 5?
Oh,
Yeah.
this was in Egypt. This Cleopatra's brother, I believe. Yeah, his what? More than likely, she did away with him.
Just
But
have that.
he was the pharaoh for, and he was like maybe 8 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Child.
And we all know when she took over, and then all that stuff. I think with she was with Caesar, had a kid with him, and then Mark Antony, and I think they both deleted each other or something like that. Our next one, someone tried and failed to save Abraham Lincoln, and his life just got darker from there. You're probably familiar with the 1860s illustration, the assassination of President Lincoln. But there's a pair sharing the private box with the ill-fated president and his wife. The man on the left, far left, rushing to action is Major Henry. Yeah, I remember. Asked him and his fiancee, Clara Harris, to accompany them to the theater after Booth had fired the shot. Rathbone tried to tackle him to the ground, but Booth was able to get free by slicing Rathbone in the arm with a dagger. Rathbone was never free of the memory of guilt of that night, and he reportedly felt responsible for letting Booth get away. In the years to come, he experienced a myriad of health issues, from stomach ailments to heart palpitations, and his mental state deteriorated as on December 23rd, 1883, 18 years after assassination, he attacked and killed Clara, now his wife, and attempted to kill himself. He would spend the rest of his life in a mental institution. Yeah, I didn't know nothing about that one. Well, you usually don't hear about that. And they're talking about the picture, the painting, that the most famous painting of them, of the thing that happened. In our next one, in 1494, Europe experienced the closest thing to a real-life zombie outbreak. Ugh. Italian Renaissance period has a major thought little known of dark side. Sailors returned from the New World brought with them a massive outbreak of, a bad disease. Starts with an S, which spread through the entire French army. The troops then brought what would become known as the Great Pox to the rest of Europe. With no such thing as antibiotics back then, the disease was able to spread unchecked, and its effectiveness was nasty. The skin on victims' faces would essentially rot away, and disease grueling ulcers. In some cases, noses and lips of their bodies would fall off, and I'll leave it at that.
That's a form of leprosy.
That's horrible. Dark ages.
Well, it was a combination of two. The one is when they can't keep it in their pants and they get a bad disease back then, and the Great Pox, which was probably smallpox, yeah. But the mixture of the two did bad things. Yeah, it's. Ugh. Oh, here's an interesting one. 19th century New Englanders. I don't know what New Englanders or New Englanders. Yeah, Landers dug up a young woman's body because they thought she was a vampire. Everybody's heard of the Salem witch trials, but what about the Rhode Island accused vampire? In the late 1800s, about a bout of tuberculosis, then called consumption, struck Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Vermont, and the residents didn't know what to make of it, since its victims tended to look sunken, held, and drained. People assumed they had fallen prey to vampires. So naturally, a vampire hunt soon commenced. When members of an Exeter, Rhode Island family began dying of consumption, one after the other, the townspeople decided that someone in the family must be feeding on the others. Even after the mother, Mary Brown, and I've heard that name before, of her two young daughters had died, the townspeople decided to exhume the dead bodies and suspect that one might, in fact, be undead. Brown's 19-year-old daughter, Mercy, had died much more recently than her family members, so her body was in much better condition. Her heart was even still containing some decayed blood, a sure sign of being a vampire. In those days, to prevent her from striking again, they burned her heart and liver and mixed her ashes with water, then gave the concoction to affected townspeople as a cure. Unsurprisingly, it didn't work. Duh. Oh boy.
Mm.
And that's a true story. And I also read somewhere that, did you know that the Salem witch trials, none of the witches were burned at the stake? Some of the stuff was brutal, but like one was crushed by heavy stones, but none of them was burned at stake. In Salem, there were witch trials. There was, I think, 19 of them, done up and whatnot.
Yeah, that would have been a rough period,
Yeah. Just because they didn't understand things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and they say, "Oh, you did it. It didn't happen until you came around."
Yeah. Creepy stuff.
Yeah.
Thomas Edison created a seriously creepy baby doll.
I'll believe that.
For all his success or his successful inventions, Thomas Edison did experience a pretty major failure when he tried to create the first ever talking doll. His 1877 development of the tinfoil photograph was a major breakthrough in terms of sound recording, and endless possibilities for technology were not even lost on Edison. In 1890, thanks to a development of the wax cylinder, he was able to produce a line of baby dolls with wooden bodies and porcelain heads and miniature phonographs in their chest. The dolls were unlike anything in the world of toys have ever seen or heard before. The
They're
phonographs played back recordings of young women citing nursery rhymes like Hickory Dickory Dock and Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep,
Oh,
which are very bad stuff if you look into
Yeah.
the stories of those. And even if there were dolls that deserved their own horror flicks, it was the old garbled technology and shrilled voices of the dolls, eerie faces combined would make them into nightmare fuel for youngins. The failure was due to more than different things. The pieces were easy to lose. The sound didn't last long and was hard to understand. The mini phonographs were highly breakable. And finally, the dolls were simply expensive, not to mention very creepy.
It was creepy, but it was way ahead of its time. You think of like,
Yeah.
so when did they have stuff like that? Again, what, maybe the 70s or the 80s, maybe?
Let me see if I can find a picture.
I put a link in the back chat.
Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah,
They do look creepy.
Ooh. Oh, that one looks pretty good compared to the other ones I've seen.
Yeah.
With the hair and stuff.
Yeah, the hair and the dark eyes.
Oh,
There's got to be a recording somewhere online where you could probably hear what one of those would have sounded like. I don't know. That would be creepy. And that old phonograph style of music and talking.
ooh, creepy things. Yeah, we've been messed up for a while. Oh, this is one will get you. Dentures used to be made from the teeth of dead soldiers.
As weird as it sounds, I could believe something like that.
You know, why have false teeth when you can have real teeth? That must have been the mentality of the 19th century dentist. The combination of the outbreak of tooth decay with the makeshift dentures, ivory-based plates with real human teeth attached. Scavengers would already be looting corpses from the Battle of Waterloo for their teeth, and now they could sell the teeth to dentists.
Hmm.
Oh, it's okay. The dentist would boil the chompers.
Okay. That makes sense.
I wonder how they attached him though.
Well, it was they'd take the roots out and everything, so they'd place them in the new dentures like they would. They were attached to ivory plates, metal
Imagine that.
floss, double that the customers had any idea where the customers didn't have any idea where the teeth came from.
Definitely,
Whether
you
that
probably don't
makes
want to
it
know.
more creepy or less creepy, you decide. Oh,
Think about it though. That's gross. Going out to harvest teeth on the fields of Waterloo. Oh man,
yeah.
Give me some
That would-
bear teeth.
that would take months to.
Yeah. Just think of the bodies that had been sitting out there for a
Yeah,
month or something.
and you got to go out with tools and. Oh man.
Yeah. Now I've heard that, after the person died and stuff, people would scavenge and stuff. And if they had fillings back then, because fillings were gold,
Yep.
they would yank them out. But to go around wearing somebody's, yeah.
Something else.
Boston experienced a deadly molasses flood. Have you heard about that?
That sounds like something they do up there.
This makes Boston Tea Party look tame. In
Oh,
January of 1919, an enormous molasses tank burst in the north end of Boston. While a molasses flood might sound like a scene from Cloudy with the Meatballs, it was no laughing matter. The tank contained and released nearly 2.5 million gallons.
man.
Jeez, a sticky substance which surged through the streets at a whopping 35 miles an hour.
Wow.
Must not have been in the wintertime.
Or going
It was-
downhill.
It was essentially a full-on tidal wave reaching nearly
man.
15 feet tall and killing 21 people
Wow. When did this happen?
in 1919.
Okay.
150 more people were injured, and buildings and houses were knocked from their foundations. Emergency responders had trouble reaching the victims since they had to clumber through sticky sludge. It was Boston's week to clean up the mess. Many residents could claim that in the summer heat, they could smell the sticky, sweet odor of molasses even for years later. Oh, man.
Man, I never heard of that one. That's an interesting one.
Dang.
Man, to think that it killed that many people.
Well, you got to think, trying to swim out of that, if it was,
Oh, yeah, it
Really
was
big.
impossible. And that was the
Yeah.
real stuff 100 years ago.
yeah.
There wasn't no cut in that yet.
But if it was going 35 miles an hour,
That's pretty fast.
imagine getting hit by something.
Oh, yeah, it's just like, you're not getting out of that. You said 15-foot high tidal waves of molasses coming at you.
Yeah.
Man. Wow, that was a wild one.
Yeah. You could smell molasses for years.
Yeah, I'm
Which I-
surrounded
yeah.
by South Carolina, Alabama, and Florida, and I can't got one to top that one. It's like a Florida man story, really. I bet he had origins from Florida even back then.
That's right. Don't forget what Florida's closed.
It is. Everything's closed. 200 gallons of molasses. I don't think anything could be worse than that.
Well, I think that about does it for that. Molasses is a good way to good time to end that. 35 mile an hour, 15 feet tall molasses wave.
Molasses. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that one. That one is interesting.
Yeah, I wonder how many people took molasses home with them.
Or ran out there with some waffles or something.
Yeah, wasn't no internet, no news, or nothing like we got now. So I mean, just couldn't even warn nobody. Hey, the molasses is coming.
And who would believe you? Watch out,
Nobody.
molasses coming down the road. Yeah, right.
It's crazy Larry. He's back at it again.
Oh boy.
Bet you a lot of horses visited that town.
Well, that was probably the majority of their way of hauling it out and all that, the stuff out and stuff like that.
Man. It's crazy.
I'd like to know what broke the tank. Spilt it all.
Yeah.
It was an unfortunate chain of events.
Wonder how long it took them to get all that molasses too.
And how they pumped it up there.
Yeah.
Back then, how would they have done it?
Probably a rope and a bucket.
Something.
Well, they had pumps back then.
Yeah,
With the water wheels and stuff.
That's thicker consistency than concrete. I mean, that's just goo.
Yeah, they'd have to do it in the summertime because
Yeah.
wintertime it'd be just too thick to pump.
Wintertime, it would have been a disaster. Can molasses freeze or no?
They can harden.
It'd get like syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been worse.
Molasses cookies for everyone.
I don't think it would have moved as fast, but it would have still been pretty bad still. In the winter.
Jan, don't
Cold.
you have a cookie collab going on right now? I think it was a cookie collab.
But the price of molasses went up that year.
Oh, I bet. I wonder if back then did the company have to pay for the houses and businesses that got tore down?
That'd be one heck of a cleanup bill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Heck, I don't know if a good rain would help it or make it worse.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see how something like that would get cleaned up. Hauling a bunch of sawdust and mix with it and then shovel it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because 1919, they probably had some sort of irrigation in the cities and stuff, but I don't know if it could handle all that molasses.
Mm. Had to do something with all the Boston baked beans.
Well, see, they did have pumps because they had the horse-drawn the fire trucks
Yeah.
where they got guys on both sides and they did this to pump water out. So we know that, but how well would that work on molasses? Because all the pump was like the old-fashioned pump for the well. You'd pump it up. It was just a leather inside there that would get a suction going.
You'd have to have something made for like pumping like oil or something of.
Yeah. And it would
And
have
I'm
to
sure
be
they had it, but the
mechanical.
availability of getting it right then or having it, I don't know. Pretty sure a lot of surrounding areas helped out on that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, ants.
Hey, summertime, shoot.
Yeah, I bet there were dogs and cats and horses and licking that stuff up too.
Have at it, boys. Bring in the goats.
The goats. They were all on the sugar high.
Goats will plow through that stuff. It's got to be calibrated so it's anti-molasses resistant, you know. You have to be calibrated to a certain degree.
Yeah, that'd be. I wouldn't mind digging into that. See how they cleaned it up. Yeah, 1919 molasses flood. Oh, there's pictures. Oh, let's check this out.
Oh, we got to see it now.
Okay, let me find something good
I have to
here.
add this to my Today in History catalog.
Holy moly! Well, I'm trying to find one that has a bunch of pictures, just not one or two.
Let me see.
Okay, this has a little bit here. Let me share this screen. There we go. There's one of the pictures there. You can see it in the background of this one here. A tsunami-like wave swept down the commercial
Man, it
street.
looks like a storm came through there.
Yeah, a giant wave of molasses took the lives of 21 individuals and 150 injuries. One of the worst fast freeze which has visited the city of Boston in remembrance. Cold molasses has death-dealing destruction powers equal to the tornado or cyclone when suddenly unloosened, said Demon Hall. Huh. Okay, there's one of the pictures right there. See if it. Well, see, I wish there was more pictures. Let me see if I can find something with more pictures.
You know, believe it or not, where sometimes I find a lot of good pictures is on the fake book. I'll go in and type something like that in, and you'll be surprised how many pictures is on there about that thing. All type of stuff.
Yeah, there's a couple here and there. I see the
ones I'm seeing,
tank.
yeah, it looks like a hurricane came through there. It was that bad.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, Yeah, 2019 was the 100 years anniversary. I guess I didn't hear about it.
No, me neither.
Yeah,
Good
that's
find.
first time I heard something about it. Yeah, there's a lot of different pictures. Just can't get them all on one page.
No.
Here, let me just share this and hopefully this will work. There. There's that one right there. Can you guys see that pretty well? Kind of small.
Even got the front page of the paper.
Yeah.
And look at
Yeah,
that.
you can see the little shine of it. Boy,
Man.
I bet it. Oh, this was January, so it was cold. That'd be even worse.
I was thinking the summer might have been their only ally to help it, heat and move on down.
Yeah. And you can see where the buildings. I don't know if it'll let me. Did it go over to that page?
It's crazy it had that much force.
Yeah. Wow. Boston don't like.
I wonder how far it spread.
All right, there we go.
Like if it had 15-foot high waves.
There we go.
Some type of way to do the math and figure how much the volume was. You said 35 miles.
35 miles per hour was 20 feet high.
20 feet. Yeah, that's too much.
And 160 feet wide at its outset as rushed through the city densely populated north end. That's the aftermath. Ooh.
Man, hopefully it wasn't in the middle of the night or nothing. You definitely ain't expecting nothing like that to happen, even in the daytime. Good thing it wasn't hot fudge.
A firehouse after the great Boston molasses flood.
Wow, look at that.
How did this happen? Built the tank in 1915 to keep up with the increased demand for the military weapons. The tank stored molasses from Cuba, Puerto Rico, and West Indies, which was then brought to the distillery in East Cambridge and turned into industrial alcohol.
Oh. Industrial alcohol. Interesting.
Okay. Said 7 days before the flood, on a day with a low of 2 degrees Fahrenheit, a new shipment dumped more than 500,000 gallons of molasses into the poorly built tank. Warm molasses from the ship mixed with the cold molasses and triggered a fermentation process that produced gas. People reported hearing the tank whining and groaning. A week later, with almost full tank of 26 million pounds, and the gas inside putting an extra pressure on the steel walls, it ruptured. Oof. Don't mix warm molasses with cold molasses.
There you go. That's definitely news you can use.
The tank didn't even require a permit because it was considered a replica, not a building, and adding building construction standard that we sort of take for granted today comes about because of the molasses flood. I'm
Man,
kind of curious on the cleanup.
plot thickens.
Yeah. The wave was 2.3 million gallons, moving at 35 miles per hour, 20 feet high, and 160 feet wide.
Oh,
The tank was 50-foot high steel tank holding the molasses. Within seconds, the two city blocks were flooded, ripped the molasses, ripped the Engine 31 firehouse from its foundation, almost sweeping the building into the Boston Harbor. Ooh. Busted windows, overturned rail cars, flooded homes. By sunset, 21 people were dead, 150 were injured. Ugh, wow. Sailors helping with the rescue after the Great Molasses Flood of 1919. Of scientists of Harvard found that the wave could have moved at that speed. Molasses is 1.5 times heavier than water. It's very dense, sharp, said. The tank piled so high with molasses stored a large amount of potential energy. When the tank ruptured, all the kinetic energy, yeah. Cold weather made things worse. As temperatures dropped, the molasses got harder and harder to move, which was a problem when you're trying to shift through the rubble. Oh, man. It was also a problem for rescuers who were trying to lift people out of the molasses. Firefighters had to spread ladders over it to prevent them from falling into the sticky vats. Ooh. Yeah. Interesting.
yeah, it is. At first, I was thinking, yeah, well, maybe if somebody was on the third story or above, they would have been safe. But then you read where the fire station was completely knocked off its fire station, almost pushed into the harbor.
Yeah.
Thinking, well, dang, that was a tough situation if you was on the bottom floor or the top floor.
Yeah. Well, I hope tonight was interesting. We got it, kind of went from creepy babies to ETs and molasses tidal waves.
Mm-hmm.
I did post pictures. You guys didn't see the pictures? I thought it was sharing
Yeah,
it.
I saw some.
She went on a coffee run, I bet.
Oh. Yeah, just type in 1919 molasses and it pops up all over the place. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, and I think Amy's live. Yeah, she is. I'm gonna send you guys over to her. They got good live going on over there, and let them know I sent you over. There's their link right there. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Just let's talk Tuesday, I guess. They're just interesting conversations. With that, I will bid you guys farewell, and I'll see you over there because I'll probably head over there myself, and we'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully Friday. We'll see.
There you
You guys have a good day
go. Night.
or good
Night,
night,
everybody.
all that fun stuff.